Emotions. What's your present level? You're about 40. You're at 40, 40.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.3, 0.3, 40.3. And are you ready and willing to go higher? You are. More than 40.5, 6, 40.6. Is this to do with the present? No. This is to do with the past. Between 10 and 20, younger. 8. Have I got that right? It's 8 years old. 8 years old. Nearer to 9? No. Nearer to 7. So dead on 8. Dead on 8. And now you've had experiences before around 8 years old.
Yeah. We've been there. We've been here before.
We've there's clearly a lot happening when you were 8.
That was when my brother.
Hold on a minute. Is this it is a family. It's a family issue. It's not to do with your brother. Okay, it's not to do with your brother, but definitely at home. It's your father. It's a father issue.
Okay.
I
don't know if I couldn't pinpoint the date, but if it's, I had experiences when I was younger where my dad was maybe like quite, hesitating to use the word aggressive, but you maybe could use it, categorize it as aggressive towards.
Could you speak a bit louder? Because I'm half deaf. I'm nowhere in my.
So my dad has had periods where he was sort of aggressive towards my mother, which I witnessed when I was younger, and so, I mean.
There you go. No, this is it.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. One of the worst experiences like this was when we were on holiday in Spain on the Costa Brava. Yeah.
No, that's not it.
Right.
But it is the issue of the dynamics between your mother, your dad, and you experiencing this.
Yeah.
So go back to one memory. Just there's one memory in your mind already. So just go here now and relive the event. You might find it useful to see it on a television screen. So just imagine you got a big black and white television screen, and just replay your dad being angry, shouting, his physical abuse. But just watch it on the screen, just like, yeah, just see it happening. And replay it a couple of times.
I think what's happening is I would, rather than watch the episode, I would actually just go to the stairs and just sort of bury my head and
Okay.
right.
So
but I could still hear it.
Okay. Yeah, and that's good. That was a sort of good protection for you. However, before you go to the stairs, you saw something. And I want you to relive that on the television screen, so you're detached from it. Just see what happens before you go to the stairs.
Yeah, I don't. So I'm not sure if he has hit. I'm almost certain, although I might be blocking out if there was any actual, physical abuse. I can't say with any certainty if that happened or not. I think on the whole, it's more that they're arguing. It's the shouting and the arguing and the swearing and that's the problem.
Are they both doing it, or is it one way?
Well, it's very much a one way.
Right.
Thing.
So he's been overpowering.
Yeah.
And you, as a little 8-year-old, you find that distressing, anxious making, perhaps.
It's quite probably. It's all. I mean, I can't be certain if alcohol was involved, but I think it's fair to say that there was probably alcohol involved.
So just go to that moment. Just now, you're 8 years old. Just see that moment, and hear that moment. And notice what happens in you, the apprehension, and whatever's going on, you can't deal with that. You're finding it scary, and so you run away from it to the stairs and you put your hands over your ears, trying not to hear it. Yeah?
Yeah, and I just want to protect my mum. Like, I'm just...
Okay.
I'm not big enough for that, yeah.
So you're scared for her.
Yeah.
And yet you're just a little boy. So it's a bit of a conflict. It's not like you can go in there and wallop in one without suffering damage yourself.
Yeah.
So it's you're trapped between the need to protect your mum and your fear of what might happen to you if you do so.
Yeah.
Stay there. Don't overthink it. Stay there. Stay in that space, that conflict, that push-pull between the need to come to the help of your mum and yet your fear that you don't have the resources to help her. Experience that as a tension in your body. The conflict. Your need, your desire to protect your mum. And your fear of what might happen to you if you do so. Let it build. This happened more than once. So if any other moments come to mind, then add them to your tension. Build that tension in your body, that conflict. Where does it go? Where is it in your body? If you could localize it.
No, it's just in my guts.
In your guts, in your solar plexus. So build it. Allow it to build within you. Breathe into it. Stay in touch with the tension. Keep building it. See your dad like a fiery monster. Hear his voice. He's shouting. Perhaps you imagine your mum cowering under the onslaught. And experience that pull towards your mum, and yet that holding back because you daren't, because you don't have the resources. Let it build up. Keep building on that. Stay in that place. Keep staying in that place. Build intensity. Now within that, connect with your hate. Say the words.
I hate this.
I hate you. Just say the word, I hate you.
I hate you.
I hate you. See him in your mind's eye. See him there the way, I know it's a difficult one, but see him and just say the word, I hate you.
I hate you.
You're not next to him, you're next door. You're on the stairs with your hands over your ears. In fact, you could do that now. Just put your hands over your ears. Just be that little boy there now.
I hate you. I hate you, Dad. Stop it. Just stop it.
Louder.
I hate you. Stop it.
Leave my mum alone.
Leave her alone. Leave my mum alone. Just want to wallop him.
Of course you do.
Just want to wallop you.
And I think you should. Come and stand over there. Come on here. Say exactly the same words.
I hate you, Dad. This is what I just want to wallop you. Oh, that would damage. That was going to damage him.
You go right for it. Put the whole body into it. Go for it. Say to me,
Jesus.
leave my mum alone.
Leave my mum alone.
There you go. Again, come on, do it harder. Do it harder. Leave my mum alone.
Leave my mum alone.
Leave her alone.
Leave her alone.
Stop it.
Stop it.
Harder. Stop it. Say the
Stop
words.
it.
Stop it. Leave her alone. Leave her alone. Harder. Harder. Leave her alone. Say the words.
Leave her. Leave my mum alone. You bastard. Leave her alone.
Okay?
Yeah.
Come sit down.
I think I would have killed him.
Well, yes. Yes, of course you would. If you had the strength, the resources, whatever, you wanted to protect your mum. You loved your mum.
Yeah.
You wanted to, you needed her. You had a relationship with her in a way that clearly you didn't with your dad. And it's laudable. It's called loyalty. Yeah.
Fucking sweat, huh?
Include me in the picture. Okay. So, how's that tension in your guts?
It's gone.
Okay. Relationships are messy. Relationships, the polarity, it's a polarity. If there's an aggressor, there's a victim. The victim needs the aggressor as much as the aggressor needs the victim. It's like a magnet. Opposites they attract each other. There is no right or wrong. In an ultimate sense, there's no right or wrong. It's what people do because they're damaged. Your mum was damaged. Your dad was damaged. Their childhoods were damaged. Both of them. And so they came forth and they expressed themselves. They expressed that damage in different ways. A lot of people do this. Most people do this. And the hope is that they can learn through it and be different people. They can come away so the victim stops being a victim and the aggressor stops being an aggressor. And in the process they discover something about who they truly are from their own childhood and they deal with these things. Not many people survive that. But I want you to focus on your dad, and I want you to realize that he was as much victim of his own childhood, which led to probably drinking and an inability to deal with his own emotions stuck deep within him. Just like you've been carrying that hate inside you for so long. Yeah. So we're all kept smeared by our childhood. And then it affects who we are as adults in different ways. And I want you to see this about your dad. I don't want you to condone what he did. Unacceptable. Okay? That bullying behavior, totally unacceptable. And yet, he was a victim. He was trapped within his own psyche because of his own upbringing. And bear that in mind. I would like you to forgive him. Not to condone what he did, but to forgive him from the point of view that he couldn't have done anything any different at the time. He was locked in this dynamic with your mum. Yeah. So I'd like you to say the words. Without condoning your past actions or behavior.
Without condoning your past actions or behavior.
I nevertheless.
Completely and utterly.
Forgive you from the bottom of my heart. So don't look at me, just in your mind's eye, see him in front of you and say it again. Without condoning your past actions or behavior. I nevertheless. Completely and utterly. Forgive you. From the bottom of my heart. Now, is that true? No. So, so there's a part of you that does, but emotionally, you haven't forgiven him. Because you haven't released him. Yes, you haven't forgiven him because you still consider his actions, his behavior, totally beyond the pale, which they were. But I want you to see that behind him, there is a soul. We're not just machines. I mean, he was a machine. His behavior was the behavior of a machine. But there is a soul in there, and the soul at that time of his life played a very small part in who he was. It's like a passenger in a car where the brakes have failed. You're still the passenger, but you've lost control of the vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yes, and that is a fair analogy.
Mm.
So I want you to focus on his soul, who's lost control of the vehicle. We accept that. And so this is why I say, without condoning those actions or behavior in his past, because they're totally unacceptable.
Yeah.
But the soul is a victim, if you like, in the sense that the brakes have gone. And so as you see your dad, I want you to see past the vehicle which has lost control to the passenger who has no means of stopping that, is trapped in that. So again, see your dad, and within your dad there is that small light of his soul which is not shining very brightly at that moment. Without condoning your past actions or behavior, seeing your dad, seeing the machine, without condoning your past actions or behavior.
Without condoning your past actions or behavior.
I nevertheless, now focus deep, focus into the soul, focus into the light. I nevertheless completely and utterly forgive you. You're forgiving the soul from the bottom of my heart.
Forgive you from the bottom of my heart.
Okay, you're not quite there. Say it again.
I can
see your dad, see the machine, see the vehicle, see the wreck that he is, without condoning your past actions or behavior. I nevertheless see the soul completely and utterly forgive you from the bottom of my heart. Because I'll tell you something else. You are part of this dynamic. It wasn't just the two of them. This was also for your benefit. You incarnated into this dynamic. You are part of this. Yeah? And it sounds ridiculous to say, but this was also part of your learning, not for your benefit in a very odd sort of way, because it was part of your learning, because this is what you need to move beyond. Because that inner conflict has been part of who you are and part of your growth and opening of your heart and moving forward is to be able to let go of this. Once more. Without condoning your past actions or behavior, I nevertheless completely and utterly focus on the soul. Forgive you from the bottom of my heart. Okay, that was good. You've done that. But now we need to finalize this. And I want you to see your dad. And I want you to imagine that there is a ring around him, either silver or gold. Which one? Just use your imagination. What is it? Is it silver or is it gold?
It's gold.
It's gold. Okay. Now there's a gold one around you as well. And see him as he was then. Okay? And yourself as you were then as a child as well. And I want you to experience how close are your rings. Do they touch? Do they interact? Are they separate?
They're separate.
They're separate. And are you comfortable with the distance?
Yeah.
Just feel it. It's an experience. It's experiential. It's not to be thought. Just
Yeah.
yeah, you're comfortable with that distance.
Yeah.
All right. Now, okay, good. Now I want you to be who you are today and have your little boy in your lower abdomen, in your solar plexus, in your lower abdomen, in your lower abdomen. And I want you to forgive him. He needs forgiveness because he didn't come to the aid of his mum. He didn't have the bottle, if I can use that phrase. He didn't have the bottle. And how could he? He didn't have the resources. There was no way he could have done that. Nevertheless, it stayed heavy in him. And I want you to see him and put your arms around him and say the words, I completely, without condoning your past actions or behavior,
Without condoning your past actions or behavior,
I nevertheless completely and utterly forgive you.
I nevertheless completely,
From the bottom of my heart.
From the bottom of my heart.
You did the best you could at the time.
You did the best that you could at the time.
And it was right that you stayed by the stairs.
And it was right that you stayed on the stairs.
Okay. Just once more with feeling.
I completely, without,
So don't do that. Just say, you did the best you could.
you did the best you could.
And I completely and utterly forgive you.
And I completely and utterly forgive you.
From the bottom of my heart.
From the bottom of my heart.
And just see him like he's your child. Your love, just let your love pour into him. Generate a sense of security so that he feels safe in your embrace. Can you get him to smile?
Yeah, he's smiling.
Okay, that's good. We're done. Have you gone up to 40.6? You have. Okay. Is there anything else we need to do right now? No. Have we finished? Right, that's it? We've done it? How are you feeling?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Bit intense.
Yeah. You know, mum and dad were just here a few days ago, so it's all quite fresh, you know, in my mind, because I've just given them cuddles as they took them to the airport, you know, so